I'm David. We're talking about Big Brother Special Edition.
Special Friday episode.
Because this week has been so crazy.
You guys, this was one of the best weeks of already an amazing season.
I know, so much went down.
Plus, it's David's birthday.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Yeah. 2 amazing episodes of Big Brother for my special day.
Yes.
And we spoiled a lot of the conversations that were happening in Wednesday's episode. But seeing them live was just a totally new experience.
It was just as, I was like reliving it, but still so happy.
Yes, right.
Like, Wednesday's episode was so good. On my notes, I literally wrote in all caps, what an amazing episode.
Yeah. So it starts with sort of the fallout from Sam's nomination ceremony, which is interesting because she's not really letting the girls talk. They're trying to like apologize to people, and she's like sort of cutting them off, and then she and Caitlyn have a tense talk. And
I like actions more than words.
Yeah.
You're still just kind of talking.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Oh,
I was
hey.
like, I'm gonna put that in my back pocket and use that sometime.
Right? Yeah. And then Sam and Caitlyn had that sort of tense conversation where Caitlyn's trying to sort of explain herself, and Sam's like just trying to put words in Caitlyn's mouth, and she's like, you're not used to dealing with a girl, and Caitlyn's like, a girl who what? A girl who is empowered. Like, Sam just keeps trying to get Caitlyn to say these things, and
just the way that scene was edited, I just loved it. It made them both look like almost like villains coming at each other,
and like about to pounce at each other at any second. It was so tense.
Ooh, it was good.
Then what does Sam do? She turns around and does exactly what she accused these girls of doing.
CBS keeping that scene in just to throw shade at Sam. I mean, hello.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
She's laying on the couch. Fessie's
like,
on top of her.
Ow.
She's looking right into the camera. This is a good man, ladies. Like, wait, what are you doing?
He sits up. She still can't let go of it.
Yeah, oh, she just can't let go.
Oh, Sam.
She's still got this strategy of like, I'm not talking game to anybody. I know what I'm gonna do. If there's a veto, I know who I'm gonna renum, but I'm not telling anyone. That is her strategy. She's sticking to it.
So, as we had spoiled, Fessie wins this veto.
Yes.
But some stuff that was not on the feeds was revealed in Wednesday's episode. Made this look completely different.
Completely different, because right before the veto competition, we see Caitlyn walk right up to Fessie in the hallway, and she says, should I throw this to you? Are you going to save me? And he says, yes, throw it to me. And they shake on it.
Meanwhile, he has already told Haley, pick me because I'll save you.
Right, that's already happened.
That's why she picked him.
Right, which was already, it should have been, and it sort of was a red flag for Caitlyn, right? Like, she's already sort of like,
of course,
that's
but
weird.
Caitlyn doesn't really believe anyone's against her.
No.
You know, she still thinks Fessie loves her.
Right, and she's so madly in love with him that how can he betray her,
even
right?
if she sees Haley pick Fessie,
no, Fessie's
she's
still
like,
on her side.
Yeah, we're together, right? So I'm gonna throw it to you. Okay, meanwhile, she didn't actually throw it to him because he got every single question right, so impossible, there was nothing from.
Right.
But that doesn't change the fact that he made that promise to her.
So then after the veto ceremony, he goes to Haley and he's like reassuring her, right? And he's like, I'm just gonna take you down, don't even worry about it. Right, that was always the plan.
Yes.
Then he goes into Caitlyn, and he's trying to reassure Caitlyn, and she's saying like, you're gonna take me down, right? But he's being like very non-committal at this point after shaking on it before the veto ceremony. Now all of a sudden, he doesn't know what he's gonna do. It's a very difficult position.
Here's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because obviously he takes Haley down and then Caitlyn is devastated.
Yes.
This was, I thought, a baller move by Fessie. He manipulated Caitlyn to put her guard down, that she was safe, everything was fine, don't try to gun for that veto, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, all along knowing that you're gonna take Haley down.
He had never did he have any other intention other than taking Haley down.
Yeah.
If he would just admit it in the diary room, I'm like, dude, that was a move. But he's all still like,
emotional. Yeah, right. Which is like why I'm like, I can't tell whether to respect this move because wow, you really manipulated Caitlyn like crazy, or to be like, you are such an idiot. Because like the best part of the whole conversation between Fessie and Caitlyn was when Caitlyn says, because she's starting to sniff it out, right? And she's like, wait, did you promise Haley that you would also take her down? And he goes, I didn't tell her that I wouldn't not save her. And I'm like, he either got totally lost in the triple negative there, or he used that as a way to just say something that meant nothing to Caitlyn, right? So I just can't tell if Fessy's actually playing the game or if he's just a big doof who's in love with Haley and has to deal with a girl who's in love with him, Caitlyn, and doesn't know what to do.
He is a big doof that's in love with Haley, and he's making game choices because he's in love with Haley, but he's smarter than he lets on, and I have seen that throughout this season where he remembers things, he'll turn something that you said to him like right back at you. He is playing the game. I gave him props and then I was like, but you're not owning it.
Right,
so.
yeah. So then now we have the replacement.
Yes.
Oh my God. The other part of the veto.
The ceremony.
Yes, the ceremony.
It was everything we wanted it to be. Everything that we thought we had heard. This dramatic ceremony. Yes.
Yes.
It was all of that.
Yes. So as Sarah said, he takes Haley down. Then Sam has to put up a replacement.
Well, just the fact that he has taken Haley down was a shock to most of the house. They did a great job of keeping that a secret. So everyone's kind of like, whoa, Caitlyn didn't see this coming.
And now everyone in the house is worried, like, am I the Renon? Because Sam's not talking game to anybody.
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah.
She stands up there and starts to say what we had heard.
Yeah.
My best friend, somebody who
everybody likes,
will vote to keep.
Yeah.
And JC says,
don't do that.
It looked like he started to tear up a little bit, and he said, I would never do that to you, which I think were the key words for Sam that stabbed her in the heart. And she says, well, then I choose Rockstar.
Rockstar doesn't say anything. She just walks up there and takes her spot on the block.
I hope she did say something that production cut out.
Yeah. So now Rockstar is the replacement nom. What a great move by JC.
Sure. I mean, that worked for Sam. Sam is this wild card, and she does have this connection with JC for whatever reason. And I do think she was going to put JC up.
Yeah.
A couple reasons. She alluded to it on the live feeds that it wasn't going to be Rockstar. And then in the DR, she said, I just couldn't do it. When it came down to it, I couldn't do it.
Right.
So I think she was, even though later she was kind of playing it off of like,
she was.
I just wanted people to think like, oh, Rockstar.
But it was a total pawn move. Like, she wasn't actually targeting JC. Like, the whole point of what she was saying.
Caitlyn.
Yeah.
From the get-go.
So the last little tidbits that we see in the Wednesday episode where obviously Rockstar is devastated. She doesn't understand why she's the replacement nom. And then Caitlyn is on fire and she's like, I'm gonna take Fessy down, right? She is like so upset. That's the end of Wednesday's episode. Such a good episode.
Oh, it really was. So good. Then we go to Thursday's episode, which I was so excited for. Because this house had been debating and flip-flopping and taking this vote so seriously all week, or since the veto ceremony, as if they didn't know this person was going to have a chance to come back.
Right.
I felt like, this person might come back.
Because Sam announced it at the veto ceremony.
So, like, let's not freak out about this vote.
Right. It's not that big a deal.
They were so back and forth, this, that, who, what.
And we didn't even see half of it on the show itself. Like, the way it unfolded on the show does not show all of the conversations.
Oh my gosh, no.
And all the flip-flopping.
Just touched on it barely, which I understand there's not much time.
Right.
But they gave all the credit to Brett, basically, and I do not give any of this credit to Brett. I really give the credit to Angela and Casey. Because they were flip-flopping back and forth, people were debating, but Angela and Casey were the ones who finally decided if Caitlyn were gone, they would be the strongest females of the all-girl alliance. Which, this all-girl alliance has been kind of talked about, but not, is it serious? I don't know. But if they were gonna do it, Caitlyn is the wild card that they need to get rid of. Right.
But initially, it was JC who was so insistent that Caitlyn goes, and Tyler is saying no, Rockstar needs to go because Caitlyn is like in my pocket. I can make her do whatever I want her to do.
Yeah.
And initially Angela and Rachel are saying, we can use Caitlyn as a number. We're going to vote for Rockstar.
Right.
But then they sort of slowly come around to this realization, like, if Caitlyn's gone, we can start to run things.
I mean, obviously Rockstar has been sort of adamant of what she wants, and Caitlyn can like you can manipulate her. She's all over the map.
Right.
Like, they feel like she's in their pocket. But
Yeah.
she's also all over the map. She's a wild card. Can you really trust her?
Right.
Do you really have her? But what was surprising was the whole JC Tyler back and forth.
Yes.
Because they were like getting heated, and Tyler's like spelling out his whole game of like, I've got her in my pocket.
She's a puppet for me. Like, he's telling JC all of the power he has in the game, essentially.
Yeah, and ultimately they're fighting over the fact that, let's just skip to Thursday's episode.
Right.
The rest of Thursday's episode is that they had decided that they were going to all vote out Caitlyn. So Tyler had to vote out Caitlyn. Like, I honestly thought, even though the house had agreed to vote out Caitlyn, Tyler wasn't going to be able to do it.
Right.
I just didn't know if he was going to be able to do it because she might come back.
Yep. And he knows that, and he's always thinking ahead, right? Like, he's thinking about like 3 moves down the road. So it seems like you said, it seems like most of the house wasn't really thinking about the fact that somebody might come back, but they all decide like, we need to make Caitlyn a unanimous vote, and that is how it looked like it was going to go down once the live eviction came around.
Live eviction does come, but of course somebody has to throw out a hinky vote. Somebody has to stir the pot. Couldn't be a unanimous vote.
Right.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fun for us.
But it was surprisingly JC.
Yes.
Because he led the charge from the get-go to get Caitlyn out, so no one in the house is going to suspect that it was him.
Right. So now he's thrown in this hinky vote, and like Sarah said, people are not suspecting him because he was so adamant that Caitlyn needed to go. People are now thinking it's Scotty, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
So
at this point, though, they say, Caitlyn, the 9-1, you are evicted.
Yes.
She starts to head out. Julie comes
hugs,
over.
Boom, 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 boom. It's the power app.
Power app.
Caitlyn collapses to
on
the floor.
her knees as if she had no idea. In true Caitlyn dramatic fashion. She's like, oh, Chess.
Right, yes.
They tell her to go upstairs to do this comp, and we go to commercial.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we all know that a chance to come back is exciting. Production
wants it to happen.
Probably wants you to come back in. That messes up the game. That's great for the game, right?
Yes.
We come back from commercial, and sure enough, we have a child's puzzle in front of us. 6 pieces, I believe it was.
I was looking at it because you can't tell initially how many pieces it is. But Julie explains the challenge. You've got to disassemble it and then reassemble it on the other side of this thing. I'm thinking, how many pieces are in this puzzle? Then she just takes off the whole head. And I'm like, okay, this is like 4 pieces,
piece
right?
Is
like
the head.
So I'm like,
One piece.
okay, this is not difficult. And
she has 2.5 minutes. Okay, in the production meeting, here we are.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna do a 10-piece puzzle.
How long do you think it takes?
Okay, let's get that down to 6 pieces.
Okay,
a minute?
Okay, maybe a minute. Let's double it.
Let's give her a couple minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2.5, just to be safe.
Just to be safe, right? Like, we don't want any kind of fluke. We definitely want her to come back. 2.5 minutes to assemble a 6-piece puzzle. Great.
She sees what it looks like. She takes it apart. She puts it on the other side. She runs to the other side.
Making good time at this point, right?
Has a complete meltdown.
She tries to put the legs on.
Legs.
The legs are, they're knocking together, but they're supposed to be a little bit separated. This is like the one difficult part of this puzzle where there's like a piece that anchors the legs together. She can't get that to work. Then she's laying it out on the ground. I'm like, good idea, map it out on the ground. But then she puts it completely together on the ground, and then she has to disassemble it again from the ground.
I can't pick it up.
Yeah.
I
can't lift it.
She's on the floor going, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm going through every emotion in the book.
I'm stunned.
I'm on a roller coaster.
Yes.
I go from, this is clearly easy. Wait, why is she struggling? She's gonna get this, right?
Oh,
wait, what is
breaking
she
down?
She's having a mental. No, you still have time. What are you doing? Wait, is she giving up? And then time's up.
Time's up. And it's wrong.
And
she's evicted.
Evicted. I laughed it was a laughter, but it was like a nervous, anxious laugh because of like what happened.
Right, and while it's happening, like I had that like secondhand embarrassment where it was like, oh no, this is supposed to be easy.
Just we're all watching across the nation, but the whole house is watching you. And she just lost it.
Yeah.
Now look, the pressure was on. This was eviction or no eviction.
Right. And they're
in the house or not.
Right. And they're doing the thing where it's like 60 seconds left, which just adds pressure to you. You know, you're like, oh, I only have a minute now, and you start to freak out. So like, they definitely did put some pressure on her, but I don't think anybody saw it coming that she was gonna fail.
No. Obviously no one saw it coming because they didn't even save time for an eviction interview.
She has to do this horrible walk of shame through the entire house, down the spiral staircase, back into the living room to get her bags and exit the house, and everyone's saying, we love you, Caitlin, and she is so humiliated that she can't even make body contact or eye contact with anyone. She walks out of the house and there's like a minute left in the show for Julie to interview her.
And she's like, so, we don't have time for this, but 9-1 vote. Who do you think that person was? Tyler.
Nope.
Fessy?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't know anybody. And Julie says, well, it was JC. She starts sobbing and Julie's like, I gotta get this off the air.
And she's like, and goodbye. Again, another amazing show.
Yes.
You can't, this is what's so good about Big Brother is that even when production like tries to set you up with different games and twists, it still can go any which way.
Expect the unexpected, as they say.
Right.
So now we can get into some spoilers, right?
Spoilers.
So after this elimination, of course, we have the HOH.
We didn't get to see it on feeds.
Nope.
So we don't know exactly what it was. We do know it was individual from the way that they have spoken.
And apparently it went down real quick.
Well, Bailey went down real quick. She got that in 8 seconds, whatever that means.
Whatever it was, she solved it in 8 seconds.
So Bailey is our
HOH. Which is great because I think the level 6 side of the house has had too much power for a while now. So Bailey's a little bit on the other side.
Interestingly enough, though, level 6 hasn't actually won an HOH.
Fair enough.
It feels like they've had power.
Yeah.
Because the votes have been their way.
Yeah.
But they actually haven't won anything.
Interesting.
That's what's so interesting about this. Falte keeps winning, but cannot like manage themselves.
No.
Internal fighting. Level 6 seems so strong, yet they're not actually like winning comps.
Yeah,
it's very odd.
Yeah. Bailey is deciding that she doesn't want to put up huge targets this week because remember, she's got the Power app that lets her nominate people later on anonymously.
Yes. So all of her conversations today have been very interesting, and last night have been very interesting, and it's hard to really gauge what she means because, you know, each story is a little bit different. She's tweaking it for this person or that person. But what she has said is that because of her app, she can anonymously put up some big targets later.
Right. And then no one will come after her.
Right.
If she, you know, evicts somebody or makes any enemies through those nominations, it's totally secret. So she can just get at one of her targets under the table.
Meanwhile, when you're HOH and it's obvious who you're putting up and who goes home or who
you
doesn't.
Get blood on your hands.
Yes, she doesn't want someone staying and then coming after her. Last night she had sort of left it where it seemed like it would be Brett and JC. Brett's kind of like an obvious target to the house, sure.
Yeah.
She and he haven't been super close.
Right.
They're friendly, but like he has to understand like they're not together, right? And then JC's sort of the middle of the house, not super aligned to her, but they're friendly, so she can kind of get away with that one. That's how she went to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't last.
Wakes up, totally different story.
Kind of a different vibe.
Yeah.
Worried how JC would react on the block.
Which is totally valid because...
Shoot, he just talked himself out of a veto
Exactly. And as we said before, he's like a very blunt, very loud, say it to your face.
Yeah.
He's that kind of person. So if he gets put on the block directly, he's got a lot of time to go running his mouth and, you know, poisoning the waters for Bailey. Yeah.
So she kind of started leaning towards a more obvious pawn. Also, there were conversations of like, if you put 2 dudes up, does it make it clear that you're an all-girls alliance? So then she was like, well, I guess I'll put up Rachel as a pawn. She's the one girl that she's not the closest to, doesn't seem like a super threat to the house. So going next to Brett.
Obviously Brett's the bigger target.
Brett would go, is what she kind of has leaned towards.
Yeah.
Rachel kind of, she had that information, sure, she went back to come up with new plans, and she comes back to Bailey with sort of a, here's a great plan for you. You won't get any blood on you. She's kind of pitching Scotty as the other nominee.
Right,
Scotty did that rogue vote for
he's
Swaggy.
shady, right. And Bailey's like, well, yeah, I get it. Like, Scotty's shady, but like, he's not shady to me. Like, his shady moves have not affected me. So like, I don't know if it's best for my game to like put Scotty up as a pawn.
Then to build trust with Rachel, she tells Rachel about her app.
Which it is so crucial to keep that a secret, right? In order to successfully, anonymously nominate people, nobody can know that you have this power.
I get it, Bailey. I get that you want your pawn to like be cool.
Yeah.
Chill. Do not freak out.
Yes.
Do not, you know, talk bad about me all week while you're on the block. But wow, that was like a big step.
Yes. And like you've already established, Rachel is the one that you're the least close to.
Yes.
So that means that Rachel has bigger allies than you that she can take that information to, and sure enough, she takes it right to Angela.
I was like, let's see how long. Oh, she already. Okay. Already told Angela.
So now
by the time of this taping, I can't.
Who knows? Maybe the whole house.
All of level 6, I'm sure, knows about this.
Yes.
It's gonna fly around real quick.
So who knows how that is going to affect Bailey's game, but as of now, it looks like Brett and Rachel are going to be the initial noms.
Yeah, and she has really kind of made it clear that Brett would be her target. So if it is Brett and Rachel at the end of the week, like I kind of feel like, I don't know what they could come up with to save him.
Yeah.
But obviously Vito throws a wrench into everything, and she has mentioned obviously JC and Scotty as possible renoms. So depending on what happens, who knows?
Yeah, and that will be an interesting Vito comp because, I mean, I think Brett is super capable of winning comps. I don't know that he showed that yet necessarily. Rachel has showed that she's very close to winning comps before, so like one of them could easily win Vito and take themselves down, and then maybe the whole thing changes. You never know.
Right. Brett almost won that veto to save him when he was on with the bros.
Yeah.
And Rachel has come close a little bit, depending on what type of competition it is.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So obviously if either of them win, they're going to take themselves off. It'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
Bailey doesn't want the noms to change for her, but I don't know.
We'll see.
So that's where we think we are as of now. Noms haven't happened, so something could change, but that has been her thinking so far.
Right. And what an amazing week of Big Brother.
You guys!
Just like...
I just feel like BB20 just keeps giving and giving. You know?
Right.
It's like, we love it, and it's like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, and then like, as soon as you think someone's like really on fire with the gameplay, like Bailey, then they just trip and fall on their face and tell everybody about their power. And
look,
it just
Bailey is smart.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't backfire on her because she is. She's playing a great game.
Yeah.
She knows that Tyler is dangerous, but at the same time, she like told him he needs to be loyal to her last night.
Right.
We didn't mention that he was the first one in her ear as soon as she won. Of course. His gameplay is so good.
Yeah.
But she said, I'm gonna give you a week off. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I think honestly the reason she's giving him a week off is because she doesn't want to mess that up.
Nope.
You know, him stay. And then he comes after her.
Yeah.
So she's playing it like, you need to pledge your loyalty to me and we need to make this work.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna swoop in with her power app and get him later down the road.
Anonymously, maybe.
Yeah.
If she doesn't mess it up.
But you know, she's playing a smart game, except for this one little thing. Tyler's playing a smart game. JC is playing a great game because people are scared to put him on the block.
Yeah, yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Angela's kind of coming alive.
And Casey. Angela, Casey, like, we've been wanting them to be the, like, dark horse, and I think it might be.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Too many good players.
I know.
Some people are like, oh no, now that Caitlin's gone, this is
no more
become
drama.
boring. No.
Yeah, right.
We
Buckle
have
in.
too many players in the house. I think we're gonna be A-okay. What did you guys think of Wednesdays and Thursdays episode, this eviction? Oh my gosh. Please tell us what you think. And what Bailey is gonna do. What you think about that.
Yes. Let us know everything you think, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.